Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the first episode in our new series where we talk about new and used cars, how much they cost, cool features they have, and what's your long-term ownership going to be like. So today we're starting with something a little more practical, the 2017 Dodge Grand Caravan. We're going to go through a couple of the features of the vehicle. We're going to go through fuel economy, payments, and this is going to suit you long term. So the first thing I'm going to do is take you for a quick little walk around and go through a couple of features in the car. Okay. So it does have all season tires, but that's a pretty common thing now in most cars in Canada. This one is a crew, so it does have leather seats in it. It does have the power doors. It does have the stow and go in the front and the rear, which I'll show you in a minute. Also got satellite radio and a backup camera. Let's take you for a quick look inside. See, nice leather seats, the stow and go in the first row, stow and go in the back. See the power door, and also you can control that from the key, which I have in my pocket here, as you can see. So you can just double tap the button, door is going to close again. Let's test out the stow and go. As you can see, it's got the power lift gate at the back. Now, I'm going to show you how the stow and go works in the back if you've never used it before. So as you can see, here's tab 1. So you start off with pulling tab 1. That just puts the headrest down. And down here on the side is tab 2. That just puts the top of the seat forward. Tab 3 releases the catch. And then tab 4, you just pull the seat back and fits nicely in there. And the cool thing about the vans, if you put all the seats down, you can actually get a 4 by each seat in here, which is very convenient. And so if you wanted to put it back up, you just start off with this tab here. You can then pull number 2, and then pull number 4. And then you can just put the headrest back up if you want. I probably didn't do that in the exact correct sequence, but I've gotten used to it now. And then if you want to close the trunk or boot, push that button. Now I'm just going to come in from the other side. And actually I'm going to show you how to do the stow and go here as well. So I'm just going to push the seat a little bit forward. Power seats. And I think that should be enough. So all you have to do is remove the carpet. And you lift up on this tab here to get this to come forward. I don't think I've got the seat to go far enough in front, but that's okay for now. And then you pull this lever just here, and then the seat will automatically fold. I'm going to do this properly so you can actually see rather than half a job. Okay, so now we should be able to seat on the floor. Sorry, I know I didn't have the camera there, but you can see it's now on the floor. this back over. Done. Seat is now done. If you want, you can put the mat back if you know you're not ever really going to be using that seat. Okay, now I'm going to hop in the back. There's a lot of storage at the top here. This one doesn't have the DVD, but it's got all the storage compartments in here, so you can put stuff in here if you need to. Another one here. Another one here. And this is one as well. Okay, we come to the front here. We have dual climate control, so driver and passenger can have separate temperature control. Also heated seats and heated steering. You can also control the doors and the boot trunk from here, so you just push the button, or this one, it'll open the doors, and vice versa, it'll close them as well. So for our next step, I'm just going to quickly take it around for a quick little drive, tell you about fuel economy, what it feels like on the road, and what's it like to own, and how much it's going to cost. Thanks, guys. Alright, so let's take it for a quick drive. It'll be difficult to see on the GoPro from that angle with the wide angle lens, but you can see the screen over here. It's where the backup camera will come up. It's not in the rearview mirror like some. All of the windows are power windows. So the two front ones are auto, you can touch them once, they're going to go all the way down. The two rears, you're going to have to hold. But then also there's the final two windows in the back that you can open just to a slight angle, let some air through. Well done, buddy. Well done. So, fuel economy wise, I mean, manufacturer claims around 11.5 liters per 100 kilometers, so in theory you'll get around 650 to 700 k's per tank. But the way I drive, I'm not getting those types of numbers. I'm probably getting closer to 12, maybe 12.5, depending on the day. And so that would probably equate to about 570 to 600 k's a tank, which is not bad. It's a 75 litre tank, so it's more than large enough for long trips. You're not going to have to be filling up or have the anxiety of running out of fuel halfway through your trip. The one thing I do like compared to the Siennas or it's leaving me now. What's the other van? Shows you how well I know my vans, can't remember the name. Anyway, is not underpowered. The 3.6 Pentastar's got more than enough pep that you're not going to struggle up hills. Because I mean, they're using the same motor in some of other products, like the Grand Cherokee, the Challenger. So you're never going to feel shortchanged for power. You're never going to feel like it's a slug driving around. Wind noise, I road noise is okay. But there will be some sacrifice for the amount of space that they've made. That for the amount of people you can get in the back, all the stuff you can fit in there. So, you know, there's always a trade-off with something. The ride, however, is pretty good. It does help. The wheelbase is a touch longer, so you don't necessarily feel the bumps as much. It feels a bit more stable. So I'm going to go around this little bend and I'm going to give it a little bit of throttle, not a ton. As soon as we get around this bend here. And you can actually change manually if you need to. Like if you're coming up to a hill and you know you're going to lose speed. So now I'm in 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and then you can change up as well. So and if you, once you've done that, if you hold it back on the plus side, which is to my right, it'll automatically go back into drive, or if you've waited too long, it'll go back into drive by itself. So you never have to worry about if you accidentally forget. Actually, I should turn the heated steering on, it's a little chilly today. It's only 14 outside. So obviously, what's always important is, you know, how much is this going to cost you? So, if you took, if you have no trade-in, you took it at the price it currently is, you're probably looking at around $215 every 2 weeks for the car. Which is very reasonable considering how much you're getting. It does help that this car is 1 year old, not brand new. So, I mean, if you were looking at a true cash price for this type of car, you're probably looking at around the 33 to 35 range, whereas the cash price on this one we have is about, I think it's 24,800 somewhere there. So it's good value for money. And I think that the combination of how much utility you get out of this for family, for moving stuff, the convenience features, you're really getting a good value at $215 every 2 weeks. And I mean, that's not including any money down, that's not including a trade-in if you have one. This is just purely as the cost sits, tax in, fees, the whole lot will cost you about $215 bi-weekly. Obviously that also depends on where you sit in your credit, if you need cash back, or if you have some negative equity, or you still owe more money than what you traded in for. So all those things add up. So obviously if you're adding in some money or you're taking cash back, the payment will go up, you know, a little bit, depending on how much you take. But it's a really solid car if you're looking for something that, you know, pretty much all year round, that is going to suit, you know, you move a lot of stuff, you have your kids, and because you have the combination with putting all 4 seats down in the back, or you can have multiples of ones down, you can have just one side. It makes it extremely practical that, you know, if you have 2 kids, or 3, you can just have the one section down, like the stow and go side I showed you, the narrower sides. You can still have 3 people in the back and have those 2 seats down and have a whole bunch of stuff in there. Yeah, so I mean, it's highly convenient. Fuel cost in the year, I know we spoke about how much it's going to average. You know, I think in the grand scheme of things, an SUV, you know, if if you're finding a turbo engine might be better on fuel, but you're not going to get the space. So, you know, I think fuel costs will probably cost you around $2,700 a year, depending on mileage, and I'm guesstimating that at about 12 to 15,000 k's a year. It's on the lower side, but you know, not everybody drives long distances all the time. And yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up there for our first episode. I hope this was helpful.